Hey everybody, I thought I would show everybody what it's like to vote. This is Indy News on the Street in Marion County, which is where Indianapolis is in Indiana. They had early voting for weeks now. And just to give you an idea of how long the lines are here, I'm going to go up here, and this is just one of the several early voting sites in Indianapolis / Marion County. And we've got to just kind of walk around over here for just a second. Make sure my cooler doesn't go anywhere. There's try to show you how far it goes to get into the building. And just to go into the building, you see all that down there. And then I'm going to drive on the cooler around to the end of the line. And you'll be amazed that this is just early voting. These are people that are voting now in order not to have to wait in line on election day.
Really? I've been here since 6:30.
You were here at what time?
6:30.
You were here at 6:30 this morning. It is 11:18. You're just now getting done.
No, see, I misread on the website. It says 8 o'clock.
Oh.
They don't open till 11.
And they don't open till 11, so you've been in line all that time. But just to give you an idea how long the line is. Now this is just the early, small portion of the line. We're gonna wrap around the building here. You see there's more cars coming in. Hello, you're live on YouTube. Hey. And these are people waiting in line in order to not have to wait in line on election day, because election day is even going to be worse. I think they need more voting sites, but this is one of several sites that's open today in Marion County. And they started this thing a couple election cycles back where you can vote at any voting site. As you can see, it just continues on. Around here, there's the Indy News on the Street van. And then the crowd goes, hey! Crowd just continues on. And hey, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. And now we're going to wrap the parking lot. How you doing?
Hi.
Hello. And you can see it just how long this line is. This is the line. If you go back to the beginning of the live stream, you'll see just for me to ride the line on my cruising cooler, it takes a bit of time. And we're not even there yet. We're not even to the end yet. And now we go down here, and we're going to go completely out of the parking lot here in a moment. Hey, hey. Hey, everybody. All right, we're going to wrap around here. Now we're out on the road a little bit. And we're continuing. Line just keeps going. You can see just how long this line is. And we're going to just continue to go. All the way around.
What's up, Facebook
Hey.
Live?
YouTube. Oh my goodness. And now we're going to go down this street a little ways. It just keeps going. Hey, and the line just keeps going on and on and on. I think we're finally coming near the end of the line. And now it is 11:21, and I'm getting in line right now. I can get turned around here. So 11:21, finally in line, and we're going to see just how long it takes to get through this line in order to vote early, so we don't have to wait in line on election day, because those lines will be even worse. Now here we are, Indy News on the Street. I'm out here in support of a good friend of mine who's running for state representative on the south side of Indianapolis and north side of Johnson County. And it's a very conservative guy, Christian guy, who wants to stand up for the Constitution. If you follow Hoosier News Now, one of his early videos at the Southport Post Office, you'll see him in that video, because he and I, this is before I was involved with 1A auditing, but I'd been watching a lot of the videos. I'd been telling him about how that all works and so on, and he was very interested, because as a person who likes to share the gospel and pass out gospel tracts and so on, he just has had the police try to shut him down before, so he's running to kind of change all that and get things back to the Constitution. And when Hoosier News Now was being given a hard time at the post office, and the police started trying to hassle him, my friend John Jacob, he went live on Facebook and started questioning the police about what they were doing and why they were hassling him. So he's up for the fight for the First Amendment, Second Amendment, all the amendments of the Constitution. Wants us to follow the Constitution. So it's the kind of guy that I want to see in there in office. Wants to get government to fit within the confines of the Constitution, instead of all these things that are outside the confines of the Constitution. So that's kind of where he's coming from. And in this short time, you can see there's people have already come in behind me here, and it's the line is getting incredibly long. So if you'll go back, if you want to look back at the beginning and see just how long this line is, it's absolutely amazing. So this today is all about the importance of voting and letting your voices be heard. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic, and we elect our representatives, and those representatives on our behalf represent what we want, and they are supposed to pass laws that fit within the confines of the Constitution. If we want to change the Constitution, whether it's a state constitution or the U.S. Constitution, there's appropriate ways of doing that. But one of the ways that's not listed in there to do that, but it seems like some people want to do it, is use the Supreme Court to change the Constitution. And that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to, there's a very set out. There's actually two set out ways to change the U.S. Constitution, and the state constitution has its own method for changing the state constitution. But we want to live within those rules and guidelines and laws, and we want to stick up for the rights of the people. The Constitution is really predominantly a restriction on government, with very rare exception. It's not a restriction on we the people, it's a restriction on the government, so that we can tell the government what to do instead of the government telling us what to do. That's what freedom and liberty is all about. That's why this country was formed in the first place. So we're just kind of hanging out here. Appreciate you guys jumping in, hanging out with me. I'm going to take a look at the chat real quick. Let's see here. QT, first one in the house. Trippy Trips. And let's see here. Glenn, how you doing there, Glenn? Hope all is well there in Louisiana. Chris Marcus. Chad. Chief. Clash of the... Okay. And... Chris Marcus again, yeah. Got. Yep. Be sure to subscribe. I'm getting a phone call. Let me see who this is real quick. Hi, this is Barry. Hey. Sure, I'm broadcasting live on YouTube right now, but go ahead. But our conversation, they'll only hear my side of the conversation. They won't hear yours. I'm on Morgan. I'm at Morgan and Madison right now. On Morgan. That's how far the line is. Yeah. But go ahead with your question. Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I would probably go ahead and send the donation, and just let them know that, hey, I'm for what you're doing education wise, because that's what this is about. It's for the education of youth. I'd say, look, I'm all behind that, but the timing could not be worse as far as with the election cycle. It's just not a good idea timing wise. Not able to make it. Right, and I think sending them the donation would take care of that issue. So, all right. I think, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. All right. No, and I think they'll understand, especially if they get the check, because that's really what they're more interested in. Anything is getting your check. It is something you do believe in. So as far as educating the youth and gun safety and all that, it's a good idea. So all right, we'll see you when you get here. All right, bye. Okay, guys. Yeah, that was my friend. Actually, he had been invited to a fundraising dinner for the NRA. The money goes to their youth education program, and he didn't want to blow him off, but given that the election is right around the corner and people are voting, and the banquet's during a time when the polls were open, and he wants to be out here as much as possible at the polls, didn't make sense to go, but I think he is gonna let them know that he supports what they're doing. Yeah, Bell Admin, I do not have a backstage. I'm not using StreamYard. I suppose I should try to use that sometime, and that way, and this would have been a perfect time to do that, but I don't really know how to use StreamYard. I need to figure that out. So, yeah, and Bell Admin, I hope I didn't like the way that they were treating me on those panels, and that's why I spoke up the way I did. I've never had any issues with you. I don't know if we agree on everything or not. That really doesn't matter. What matters is that we. Oh, they got hit. How did they get hit? How did News New England get hit last night? I'm not. Brian right now is making some really weird choices in his what he's doing, and I think he's bringing a lot of this on himself right now. I'm not saying that it justifies the name calling and so on, and I've been pretty cool about that. But that does, you don't have to agree with him to not call him names, and you don't have to. It just we can we can disagree with each other on things and not be disagreeable. So I got friends on both sides of that fight, and there's no love lost between me and Kate. Massel report, because she absolutely lied about me and fabricated stuff, but I don't think what Brian did was appropriate. But he's a big boy; he can live with his choices. So anyway, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, everybody seems like they're wanting to be in a battle for some reason, and I don't see the reason to be in a battle. But yeah, where I'm going is way over there on the other side of that building. It's really an amazing thing. The line is moving pretty quickly. I think it was 11:22. I've been in the line 10 minutes so far. It still goes back to about where I started. More people are coming in, and we're not seeing a huge amount of, seeing some compliance with the 6-foot social distancing, but not super strict compliance. But that's okay. Those that are able to wear masks are wearing masks, and those of us that can't, we're just trying to do our best to do the social distancing thing. It'll be interesting. On the website, it says that I have to have a mask to vote here, and they didn't list any exceptions. I went to the Marion County election board and asked them on video about being able to vote without a mask with my medical condition, and they said that there won't be any problem at all. So we'll see. I think it just may be a matter of who I run into, but let's see. I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says right there that I cannot wear a mask. Here, I've doxed myself. I don't care. It is what it is. People know. People want to find me, they can find me. But I've had issues with low blood oxygen level before. Was while in the hospital, I had an episode where my O2 sat dropped to 34, which is, typically you don't come back from that. And if you do, you don't come back being able to function very well. But by the grace of God, the main thing that was affected was short-term memory. And but having low O2 is nothing to joke about. It affects every organ in your body. And that's anytime you get below 90. It should be in the high 90s. And if you get below 90, it can affect all that. And mine had dropped to 34 before they realized what was going on. And I was in it's called Chaynes-Stokes breathing pattern, which is typically a terminal event. It happens right before somebody dies. And they intubated me and got me up. I got my oxygen level up. I was in coma for a few days. And while in that coma, they cut my blood. They cut my the oxygen they had me on from 100% down to 40%, which is not much more than what's in the atmosphere. My O2 sat dropped to 44 again, to 44 that time. It was there for a few hours before they upped the oxygen back. So I'm not a big fan of St. Francis Hospital, where all that happened. I think their actions also hastened the death of my dad, who got in, and they said he wasn't sick, but they sent him home, and he died, and about an hour after he had died, EMS and police and everything were over at the house. They called back and said, "Oh, you know what? We got some blood tests back, and he actually did have an infection, and he was a dialysis patient, and those infections are pretty serious. But, he may have died anyway, but at that time, he's going to die anyway at some point. We all die, but they may have hastened it." Oh. But yeah, here, this is just how. Yeah. Well, it's not HIPAA that stops you from having to explain it. HIPAA prevents entities from sharing your information, but it's ADA that protects your rights as a person with a disability, medical or otherwise, to be able to have reasonable accommodations made for you. And in most cases, there are some exceptions, most cases without having to reveal exactly what your disability is. There are some cases where you may have to reveal that you have a disability, and in some cases have to show evidence of a disability, but you don't have to go into details of disability. That's I've dealt with a lot of ADA issues. It's 11:38 here right now.
So, okay.
We're in Eastern Standard Time. Our clocks will change Sunday morning. There'll be a little fall back in time. We'll repeat the hour between 1 and 2. Fall back, spring forward. So we'll fall back, get an extra hour of sleep Sunday. And by the way, that reminds me, special treat. My wife, who usually is not able to go with me on my live shows on the weekends, is planning on being able to go with me this Saturday. So. Oh wow, where are you at, Brenda Z? That your clocks changed last weekend. That's wow. Where are you located? What part of the world? Yeah, so my wife will Northern Ireland. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've got family from Swansea, Wales. Yeah, I see my daughter's in the chat. So my daughter's definitely going with me, and my wife may be going with me. So that would be exciting, because it'd be one of the rare chances that she has to go with me. My daughter was joking about knowing that my wife's going to be getting on to me about my driving. Oh, it is what it is. I don't have accidents. It's amazing how long this line is. I've been live for 24 minutes. I've been in line for 18 of those minutes, and you can go back and see just how long this line is. Absolutely amazing. I haven't charged my battery for a while, so it's when I see it's still fairly high, but when you can see it kind of goes down when I hit the accelerator. I was in a parade this past weekend, and I haven't charged it since then. Probably ought to, but so for the next few weeks, I won't be doing live on Friday nights, but I will on Saturday nights, and I'll add Sunday nights to it just to still have a couple nights every weekend doing my live show. And let's see. I don't mind telling people who I vote for. Unfortunately, I cannot vote for the person who I really want to vote for because I don't live in his district. But I'm out here in support of John Jacob. There's not many people whom I feel confident about voting for. I'm going to vote personally for the Libertarian for governor here. This is a unique opportunity for us to get rid of tyrants, both from the Republican and Democrat Party. This is my personal opinion. This is not an official position of anybody else, but this is my personal opinion, is that our governor, who's Republican, is a tyrant. Our mayor, who's a Democrat, is a tyrant. And they try to pick winners and losers, saying this business is essential, these other businesses are not essential. And that's a horrible thing to do. And Donald Rainwater, the Libertarian, believes that everyone's essential. The other issue, the biggest, most important issue to me, is the issue of life. I believe that we need to protect, in our Constitution, the 14th Amendment says we're to give equal protection under the law, yet we don't protect the most innocent and most vulnerable humans around, and that's those who are in the womb. Yeah, that was the flat tire was no fun, but God is good. I had an opportunity to talk about the gospel with the driver and so on, so that was kind of cool. But our governor, who has been endorsed by Indiana Right to Life, has never done anything to establish that he is for a right to life for the unborn child, where Donald Rainwater has said that he would sign a bill that would, in the law, presented to him, and it's been presented to the legislature for 4 sessions in a row, that would give protection to all human life in Indiana. So, that's kind of a important thing for me. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that and think that there are some times where it is okay to kill an innocent human life in the womb. I just happen to disagree with that. But I think that's something that our Constitution's pretty clear on, that we're to give equal protection under the law to all people. Oh wow, I'm going to do a cop watch right here while standing in line. I don't know if you can see down there at the intersection. There's some lights. Oh, there used to be a funeral or something. I'm not sure what that is. So we're doing a cop watch while in line. This is the southeast side of Indianapolis. This is the side of town where an officer thought it was okay to tase somebody for videoing inside the police car. And now that officer is in trouble. They actually arrested Hoosier News Now, but the prosecutor wisely decided to decline to prosecute him because he hadn't committed any actual crimes. So that puts the officer a little bit in a pickle. I had suggested to the sergeant when he arrived on scene that they uncuff him, mitigate the damages, but the sergeant, being the tyrant that he is, they all seem to be on the south side of Indianapolis, decided it was a good idea to cuff him and charge him, and they just didn't get the prosecutor to go along with it. I don't think that would have happened on the east side of Indianapolis. East District, it's not that they're perfect, but they do understand the right of the people to a free press. So, I do need to check and see if Snowden, the one who did the tasing, if he is still an officer, because there is a possibility there's at least a possibility he's been terminated, but I need to confirm if that's has actually happened or not. They know they screwed up. And I hope Hoosier News Now does what it takes to make that a costly mistake financially for the police department, so they understand the importance of making sure their officers don't get out of line. Understand it's we, the taxpayers, end up footing the bill, but perhaps Officer Snowden could lose his qualified immunity and have to be responsible personally, given the fact that he had his taser out before he ever approached him, but was hiding it behind his leg, and clearly there's I've talked with line officers, sergeants, and even a major who is a watch commander, and consistently they agree that in trying to enforce the 150-foot rule on only those people with a camera is not going to pass constitutional muster. So he absolutely did wrong, and there's no question that he should have known and was trained to know that what he did was wrong. And so there's, I think his qualified immunity should go bye-bye. Yep. Hey, Lizzie, my sweet little girl, my dog. She's trained to be my service dog, but she's got some medical issues right now I don't want to get into that are preventing her from being of service to me right now, which is really a bummer because I need her for balance. There's been a few times, even while out doing the cop watches, that I've almost fallen, and I'll end up tweaking my back or something trying to stay upright. And oh man, yeah, I would just love to be able to have her to help me. She's a good girl. So we've been in line for almost 20 minutes. Been 19 minutes. Stand up here and look around and see the line goes all the way back. Oh God. And we still have a very, very long way to go. But we're in a country where we all get to come and cast our vote for our representatives, and whether the guy we think should wins or not, there's a peaceful carrying on of the government. You just transition who our representatives are, who the executives are, that are kind of the custodians of the government. But our Constitution states this system of checks and balance between the judiciary, the legislative, and the executive branches of government, both at the state and federal level, is a brilliantly designed system that no matter how bad the president has been, it seems like we have upped the ante on that a few times. And we put ourselves in a position where no matter who wins, it's going to be upping the ante on how bad things can be. Not a single president has been able to be so bad as to destroy our system of government. And no single legislature has been able to destroy our system of government. The courts have done as much damage as anybody. But, the reality is that they haven't even been able to completely destroy. They've done damage, but they've not been able to completely destroy our system of government. So that's the beauty and the strength of our system of government. We make it. So I'm out here doing my duty to vote. I'm very super ultra conservative. I've got friends who politically are very liberal. I've got family that is both very conservative and family that is very liberal when it comes to politics. And we all love each other, and we just have different worldviews when it comes to how we think things ought to happen politically, and that's fine. The guy that I'm supporting in the district down here for the state house is a staunch conservative Christian, and yet he will fight for the rights of those people who are not Christians. Whether they have no religious belief at all, or whether they have beliefs that are very contrary to his, he will absolutely support their right to believe, act, and do as they please within the confines of the law, which is kind of a cool thing. We don't have to agree with each other to support each other's rights. There you go. If you want privacy, you create privacy. That's what she just did. We're out in public. I'm not sure why a person would. I'm not sure why she'd be ashamed that she's here to vote. But, it is what it is. Most of the people, as I was going through, going around the line and showing just how long the line is, most people were. A lot of them were waving to the camera. Nobody was ducking, hiding from it, which is kind of cool. I am really curious as to how long it'll take to get through this line. talked to a guy. They just started this at 11 o'clock, so he was one of the first people through. And he was out here 6:30 because he thought they opened up at 8, and they didn't open up until 11. And on election day in Indiana, it goes from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 p.m. at night. Most of the state is on the same time zone. There's a little small segment up in Gary, Indiana area, up near Chicago, and a small section very far south end near Evansville that are on Central Time. And so they'll be open an hour after the rest of the state closes. And so for a lot of the races that are statewide races, those results, they won't be publicizing those results until after those polls closed. But as of Monday morning, we already, through early voting and absentee ballots that had already been entered, already about a third of what the most votes that have ever been cast in this district had already been cast. So it's the voting may be higher numbers than usual this time. Who knows? Maybe a record-setting number, or it could be that everybody is deciding to get in early, and election day won't be as crazy. But I can't remember how many sites in Marion County are open right now. It's not very many. I think 5 or 6 that are open right now, more on the weekend. And then, but there'll be 188 sites for all of Marion County on election day. And to put that in perspective, previous elections, there were over 250 polling sites. And my friend, his district, it's roughly 2/3 of his district are in Marion County, and 1/3 of his district is in Johnson County, just south of Indianapolis. See, the line wraps all the way around over there, then back up and over around the building and around the front. So it's a long line. I'm not surprised that people don't say. Let's see. Look up here real quick. Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm looking back in the chat, and as Meyer says, garnish his wages. Yep. As if he has a job. Yeah, it's actually the line is moving pretty. It's kind of hard to tell probably from your perspective. I'll show a video. I'll point back here in just a second after I look through more of these. Yeah. My wife's in the chat. Yeah, I'm. There's mixed feelings on whether it's going to be busier on election day or less busy. Yeah, so 5 on election. 5 that are open right now, total within the whole county. And any lawn chairs? Yeah, I don't know if there's any. I've seen any today, but I know when I was out here yesterday, there were a few people that were carrying lawn chairs. And you can see where that stop sign is off in the distance, and then I was to the left. That road, there's a road that goes off to the left, and I was on that road back behind that house. There is where I started in line at 11:22. It is now 12:01. So we're almost 40 minutes in, and we still have a long way to go in this line. Really quite amazing. I don't think I've ever had to stand in any kind of a long line before. Part of that's the GIMP privilege, but because I've got my scooter, I don't feel like, my cruising cooler, I don't feel like it's really important that I cut in line. If I was trying to walk, there's no way I could stand in line this long. There's a IMPD motorcycle cop. I don't know how they do that now, but when I was a kid, I was in high school. I knew some people. Well, speaking of lawn chairs right there. I knew a couple motorcycle cops. One of them lived down the street from us, and the way they worked it back then, yeah, I do have my scooter. The way they worked it back then was once they could keep their scooter or keep their motorcycle as long as they wanted, but once they turned it in because of weather, they didn't get it back until the spring. So there were always a few officers that would just, it was like a contest between some of them to see who could keep their motorcycle the longest, riding it in the snow and stuff. Kind of crazy. Hopefully the department is smart enough now to maybe make a mandatory time that they turn in their motorcycles, because they can get actually pretty dangerous. This nice gentleman brought presumably his wife, coffee from Flapjacks here on the south side of Indianapolis. Breakfast, breakfast restaurant. Breakfast pretty much all day. Breakfast and lunchtime anyway. Don't know if they're open in the evenings. Oh. Thank you, Bell Admin. Yeah, as far as I should go front line of media, yeah, but no, I don't like trying to, use those things as privilege to get up and go to the front. I'm certainly not impartial media, because I'm actually wearing a shirt that promotes my friend who's running for office, so I'm not impartial media, that's for sure. But it is what it is. Nice long lines today.
I don't think you're gonna make it till 7 o'clock.
Oh man. Now, I guess the line was this long yesterday also, but when I was here for a short time, it went right about to where these people were standing. And when I counted, I'll let you know when I'm up there. When I counted, there was a point at which there was approximately 400 people in line outside of the building. I don't know what it's like inside the building. And Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was the point of probably about where that guy is. From that point forward, there was about 400 people in line. You know, I probably could if some of the other locations may be shorter, but I wanted to be at this location because it's in the district where my friend is running, and I wanted to, if I have time, I get done with this, kind of help him work the line a little bit. So that's the reason I'm here. Somebody in the chat mentioned earlier that one of the sites over on the west side of town, George Washington High School, was shorter. That's probably true. There's a militia in Dearborn, Michigan, watching the polls. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Okay, let's see what this is. Dean Weaver. The New World Order vaccines are, they're microchipped. It's coming. You know it's coming. Wake up. Get off the Kool-Aid. They're going to take all of our rights from us. That's what the Great Reset is about. You may be right. You may not be. I don't know. I know that at some point our rights will. The Bible talks about that. But the Bible also tells us that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. If you're born again follower of Christ and you got the Holy Spirit dwelling within you, and that how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
All right. There's only so much they can do to us. Don't fear the one who can kill the body, but fear the one who has the soul as well. You know, yeah, there's many things that could be the mark of the beast. We don't know what it's going to be. It may be, I remember when history tells us that when the Social Security number first came out, people thought that was going to be the mark of the beast. I was a little kid when credit cards were starting to become popular, and it was taught that was, what was going to be the mark of the beast, because we were going to cashless society. And then most recently it's RFID chips and that sort of thing. And all these things are plausible technologies. We don't know. It may be something like that. It may be something completely different that we don't even know yet. But we know it's coming at some point, and we know that when it's here, it's not going to be something that is ambiguous. The Bible tells us that that part of this whole taking the mark of the beast will come with it a swearing of an allegiance to that great deceiver. It's often referred to as the Antichrist. The Scripture uses the term Antichrist in a different way sometimes. Yep, I believe what the Bible says, and it is what it is. If you're born again, you've got nothing to fear. Be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So, there's no reason to fear it. There's the big debate that a lot of good Christians differ in their understanding of what Scripture says, because I think it's one of those things that's a mystery that we can't know for sure, because just like there's a lot of things that were prophesied in the Old Testament that they were mysteries until they were revealed in the New Testament. But the mystery is, is the church caught up before the tribulation, or is that something that happens in the middle of the tribulation, or is it something that happens afterwards? And I don't know for sure. We can know for sure. I've got my opinion, but I've got good friends and brothers and sisters in Christ that differ from my opinion. That I can't say that I think I'm smarter than them. We read the same Bible, we come to different conclusions, and I think that's probably because the Bible intentionally is not being super clear on that, because we're to be watching and waiting for the return of Christ, not for an Antichrist, but we're also to be laboring, and we want our faith to be strong regardless of circumstance. So, you can be smart and come to different conclusions on that. It doesn't change what the good news of Jesus Christ is, and that's that we all are sinners and need a Savior. Go ahead. All right. Now we're actually moving along. It seems like a little faster pace now. That's good. Maybe just they expanded the circle a little bit. Yeah, this is starting to move along. And you can see way over there is where we started. The line is not as long now as what it was when we started. It ends before that road that goes back. Going out that way is north. It ends before the road that goes west a little ways. So. Oh my, yeah, okay, so this is what's happened, is this was just one big loop around here, but now they've kind of changed it. They're changing it right now, even as we speak. Have a little bit more zigzagginess in here, I guess, so they can use these parking places.
Kind of right in there.
All right.
Let's start. Yeah, start. Yeah, come over here a little bit. We'll keep some good distance, but yet. There you go.
Tighten up, but keep distance. Get closer, but stay away. You thought that was funny, at least. Oh, man. It's a little bit nippy out. So we are now, it's 12:16, we're at 12:22. It will be 1 hour that we've been in line. So temps, I'm gonna guess in the 40s, maybe, yeah, low 40s probably. It's chilly. It's damp out. That makes it feel cooler.
Kind of creating like a snake or a serpentine here, so kind of fill in.
Okay, according to my phone, it's 46 degrees out. I don't know how accurate that is, but we got somebody smart there reading while they're here, redeeming the time. Yeah. Checking some emails here.
Yeah, there you go. I like your attitude on that.
Trying to clear out some of my email. Got a whole bunch of emails since I've been in line here. Yeah, it's mid-40s and it's a damp mid-40s, which kind of makes it worse. Oh, so now this line used to just be one big loop here in this parking lot is now a big long serpentine filling up this whole parking lot. How's it going? So the guys got the right idea. So, yep, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yep, same here. I resemble that remark. Oh man. So it's oh, that's good. Get delivery. Oh. Somebody leave some behind?
They're giving them out. Their pizza truck showed up front, so they're giving them out.
Oh, what's in the?
I'm not really sure. It's a New York pizza truck.
I'll take a water.
There you go.
All right, thank you. That's kind of cool.
I need something to eat.
They're actually pizza truck is out here feeding people. That's kind of cool. I'll take a bottle of water. That's always kind of cool. Yeah, it's I'm gonna drink this water and didn't need to pee. That's kind of cool. Nice they're giving it away. I was just thinking it'd be a cool enterprise to bring a truck out here and work the crowd and sell stuff in the crowd and deliver it to them. Take orders. They can have somebody with an order pad walking through the line, taking orders and money, and then coming back with their food. And they don't lose their place in line, but can eat. Because we're going to be out here a while. It has now been an hour since I've been in line, and we've made it a fair distance up here actually. So. I think probably just another hour or two, 2 hours probably, but 2 hours or so, more hours, we should probably be getting close to voting. So I appreciate everybody that's jumped in here and hung around. I'll tell you, in Marion County, I hate to get partisan here, but Marion County, it is definitely, there is one party in control of the elections, and they determine how many sites are open, where and when, and you like that? Santa's electric vehicle sled, the EV sled. Oh. I don't blame every problem on the Republicans or the Democrats, but I think that Democrats have to take responsibility for the issues of voting this year in Marion County. You go counties south of us, Johnson County, there are lines there, but it's nothing like this, and they've got a similar number of sites that are open right now, and it's a much smaller county. Get them in and out a lot faster. I don't think anybody's waiting in line for hours, plural, down there for early voting. But down in that county, it's run by the Republicans because that's got control right now. Oh. Looks like they've got the line where it's no longer down to that side street because they've done the serpentine here so much. All right. Yeah, I agree, S. Myers. S. Myers, are you from here in Indianapolis? Yeah, get the real deal barbecue over here. Yes. That's if I had a phone number for them, I would definitely give them a call. Say, hey, you need to be down here now. Man, they could make a mint. They'd have to figure out a place to set up, but man, they could just be barbecued out here all day. Oh, wow. That's some good stuff. There's some good food here in Indianapolis, but that's got to be the best barbecue. Little no waiting in Hamilton County. Yep, that's another county that's not run by the party that's running it here. So you're in Noblesville, okay. Yeah, cool. Are we having some Bell Admin? Are we having some respect issues in the chat? I haven't been able to read all of it. Oh, come on. I see what you're talking about, Bell Admin. Yeah, we don't need to. That's not cool. I'm all for states' rights, guys. That's yeah. Be respectful of people. There's a good setup. And you guys get to take turns? Oh. I've not seen any porta johns on site. Bell had me haven't eaten meat in 3 years. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you mean you don't eat no meat? That's all right. I fix lamb. How's it going? What's that? No, I don't have any drinks in there. Sorry. There's room for drinks, but I don't have any drinks. Yeah. You guys can check this out, Indie News on the Street on YouTube. We're streaming live right now. Oh, keeping that baby warm. It's 12:30. So, Bell Admin, are you a vegan? Do you only eat my meat, eat my food? Wow. So, Michael, you like a little bit of fungus with your eggs, huh? Okay. I hear there's a lot of people eat fungus with their eggs. If I wanted to eat fungus, I'd scrape the bottoms of my feet. Or foot. I only got one foot now. Oh, my other one, there's nothing grows on there. Oh. I wonder. Yeah, and I really wonder what he was under the influence of. I would like to follow up on that and find out what they ended up getting in his blood draw. Definitely on something. And getting the call here. Hi, this is Barry. Doing good. How are you doing? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will get that. I will get that taken care of. I'm not sure when, but I'm out at the polls on the south side of Indy right now at the Perry Government Center, so I'll be here. I've only been in line since 11:22, and I'm not halfway. I'm not even halfway. I may be a third of the way through. But yeah, we will get that done, and I'll have it over there. I would. I'll let you guys unlock it. I can unlock it. I've got a master. I've got a master key that fits everything. It's called a raking tool or a pick tool and a tension wrench. It's open. Those locks are pretty easy to open. Yeah. Well, I need to talk when I get done with here. I'll give him a call and find out when he can terminate that for me. But I'll let you know when I've got it terminated, and it'll probably I'm going to guess this week, and maybe even either tonight or tomorrow. I know he's got something going on tonight, but if not today, tomorrow for sure, I would think, and then we'll have everything ready just to plug in. All right. All right, great. Thanks. All right, bye-bye. Yes, okay. So I'm getting internet by right now where our robotics team works. All we've got is Wi-Fi, but we're getting where we can extend Ethernet out to our area of the building, and I've got to have somebody open the cage up for me to. Well, they want to open it up for me instead of having me open it up myself because I could easily pick the lock. Locks on those cages are notoriously simple, and I could probably open it faster with picks than what they can with a key. Well, man. Well, the final outcome of the flat tire, which actually isn't even on video, was that I bent a rim on a little defect in the street, and so I've got a new rim ordered, and I probably won't have it. I took a wheel off of another van that I've got. This is a 2016 is one I normally drive. I've got a 2013 that I'm having some other issues with, so I actually had my son swap out and put one from that vehicle on this one, and so I'm driving it now. But I'll probably wait till sometime after the election before I actually take that to the tire place and have them mount it and put it on. It's fine right now, but it's amazing that I knew this. I already knew that I didn't have a spare, but it's amazing that they build these without a spare and without even a place to hold the spare anymore. But I'm going to figure something out so that I can have a spare in there, and because that's just not cool to not have a spare. Matter of fact, I may order a second wheel and get a new tire on it. And if this tire is non-repairable, which very well could be, then I'll just put 2 new tires on and take one of the old tires off and use it as a spare. Use that rim as a spare. So we're nearing the end of this little circle here. I'm going to stand up for a minute. Oh. We've only been in line for an hour and 15 minutes. It's that building over there on the other side of this radio tower. It's all the way around it and back to this side of it to go into the building to vote. But this is what our process is about, you know. I think voter turnout may be up this year. At least compared to recent years. I would be curious to get the numbers where we were after the last couple days, but as of Monday morning, we had already had a third of those casts of what was cast at the highest turnout in previous elections, which in this district anyway, in District 93, there was for the State House, the highest they've ever had was around 30,000 votes cast, and they'd had over 10,000 cast as of Sunday night, Monday morning, going into the day. That counts absentee votes that have been returned, as well as votes cast at early voting sites. And it's been like this pretty much all day long. So yeah, we're about to be heading down the home stretch to get around the building. Line is moving fairly steady. I'm just disappointed there's not some sort of a roller coaster at the end of the line. I don't think I waited this long to get on the Beast back when it first opened up at Kings Island when I was in high school. But I suppose this is a bit more important. It's not as fun. Oh, there's some people handing out food. That's pretty cool. There goes my focus go. It would be a good place to set up some porta potties. I don't know if the tire was ruined or not. Oh, robbery at Linwood 10th. Yeah, I don't know if the tire was ruined or not. Won't know that until I take it into Discount Tire. Usually, when there's a blowout like that, they are, but the fact that it was just a bent rim, it may not be, and I got off of it really quick. And the way the rims are made now, they're designed so as to make it a little less hard. I'm thinking of taking the day after the election off, all night TV watching. Yeah. There's this year is no different than any other year. There's just a lot of fatigue of the political stuff. Oh man. Yeah, the reason that they do the field sobriety tests is that in order to demand a withdrawal, there needs to be blood. There needs to be evidence of a crime. And so the field sobriety tests demonstrate that there's sufficient probable cause to believe that a person is intoxicated before doing the sobriety test. Otherwise, you can't just say, "Oh, just because I want to draw your blood." That'd be rather intrusive. So I'm all for the field sobriety tests.
Reckless driver. World Central Kitchen. I'm from New York Slice, but World Central Kitchen sponsored us to come out. They're disaster relief group, and they're sending trucks out all around the country to keep people standing in line. Every day now to election day.
Well, that's really cool.
And that, WCK.org. They're a great group.
That's really. I don't care for a sandwich, but I will take a water.
That's a smart little setup you got right there.
Yes, it is. Thank you. All right. Of course, this is just going to make me need to pee.
You might want to hold on to it until you get in there.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on for a minute or two. Oh. So we are now at minute 23 seconds since being in line. An hour and 23 minutes. I'm sorry. An hour and 23 minutes since being in line. Oh man. Yeah, I don't want to take advantage of him. Yeah, I'm Esmire. I always buy my tires from Discount Tire, and even like this van, I got the van in our car. Both of them I got used, and they already had really good tires on them. So early on, I took them to Discount Tire, and just bought the warranties for the tires. They'll let you do that if you've got tires from somewhere else or a new car or whatever. You can go in there and just buy the warranties, and that way, it's just as though you bought the tires there. And depending on the tires, it's anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks, 14 to 20 bucks, somewhere in there. And, you don't have to worry about buying a replacement tire. It's like insurance. And overall, I've come out way ahead on buying they call them the certificates for the tires. Come out way, way ahead on that. You'll still be in line. Yeah. Oh, man. I do need to get my Santa costume, get that set up. So we're going to go around this building, and you can see over here, you zoom in here, they, zoom in there, focused. Go around that building, then they go down this chute, and then they enter the building right over here. And so there's still a significant distance to go. All right, I've got a question for everybody. Do you think women spend as much time on their makeup now that they have half their face covered up? Is that a fair question? Or do they only do their eye makeup now and upper cheeks and not worry about the part that's covered by the mask? Do they wear the mask while they're putting on the makeup so they know what part they can ignore? From the election day, the official day of voting, all these are early voting. So imagine you're standing in line for hours to vote early so that you don't have to stand in line longer on the actual election day. Now, there's some are speculating that the lines won't be as long on election day since there's going to be so many more sites, but I don't know. We're cramming into one day. It'll be still over half of the votes being cast in one day, when the other half is spread out over weeks. Granted, there'll be more sites open, but still. I'm looking forward to getting the Santa costume. And I've gotten prices on coal, preparation age, and candy as my giveaways while doing some First Amendment auditing and cop watching. And I'll be able to do some more of the regular, First Amendment auditing stuff after November 7th. Just things are busy with preparations for the tournament that we're hosting on November 7th, and also the one that we're helping out with for October 31st. So I will be posting something on the community page sometime before October 31st, before Saturday, with how to find the live stream for that. I'm leaning toward just streaming that on our page, on this from my Indie News on the Street site, and using the phone for streaming it. Leaning toward that for this first tournament. but just give it the time. And having everything else that I'm doing, not having time to really mess with the setup. But hopefully by November 7th, when I host my tournament, we'll be able to do it differently, stream it on a different channel. And I'll certainly, anytime we're going to be streaming a robotics event, I'll mention it on my community page, just so you guys can know about it, whether it's going to be on my channel or a different channel. Oh. Yeah, that can get kind of creepy. Yeah, I have a friend who does Santa work. His rule is no pets, and he doesn't go past the entry of the home. He doesn't need to see Timmy's room. Yeah, I can understand that. I've never actually done Santa work before. Let's see. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. There's the guy I'm supporting. John Jip. Good guy. Known him for years. He and I went to different high schools together. We were both wrestlers in high school, though those many years ago.
When they open the doors at 11 back here.
So they were here at 11 when they opened the doors. So it took them about just under 2 hours to get through the line. Don't know how far back they were. 11:22 when I got in line. It was longer than what it is now, that's for sure. All right, so they've got a situation here where it's not really handicap friendly. I'm not sure how I'm going to get up onto the sidewalk over here. Do you mind preserving my place in line while I try to figure out how I'm going to get up on that sidewalk and also see if I can find a place to go to the bathroom? You don't mind, do you? All right, thank you. So guys, I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to get up on that sidewalk because that won't work there. And um, yeah. He's got the same issue I've got.
You need, so, if you can't, do that.
Okay, I'm gonna see if there's any possible way these people will allow me to use the restroom over here. I could probably use it at the. I'll go in restaurant. I'll go into this here. I may give you a new meaning to live streaming. I'm not going to let you see the stream, but we'll figure out a way to handle this. It seems like no matter how I say that, it can be taken wrong. Oh, man. If I cut out for a moment, I will be back and continue into the stream.
Technicians in your area to provide a better, more personalized experience to customers.
Here we go. Restrooms are out of service. Oh, man. Okay. Well, we'll see if we can make something happen over here at the Flapjack place. Oh, man. How do I get through here? Other side. All right, guys. Facing the wall here, guys. It's a whole new understanding the live streaming here. Oh, man. Too cold for having to drink a lot. I'm losing. Sorry, guys. Guys got to do what a guy's got to do. I'm not going to show anything indecent, and I don't even think you could hear it. But you will see me wash my hands, because, I wash my hands. Even if I don't pee on them. Okay. That's much better. Okay. Well, all right. Set the phone down here for a minute while I wash my hands. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Had a little emergency situation going on there. I didn't want to get it wet inside the polling area. But stuff was going to come out, whether we wanted it to or not. I did lose a couple viewers over that, I think, but oh well. Okay, now we're I'll wait for my place in line to get caught up with this spot. I'm staying out here until it does. It's right back there. So we're now 2 minutes and 43 seconds approximately. Or 2 hours and 43 minutes. I keep saying that wrong. 2 hours and 43 minutes approximately. We've been in line. But we are on the home stretch. We just have this building to wrap ourselves around and then go down to the basement. Getting out is going to be a bit of a chore, considering I did not charge my battery up since before the parade Saturday. Big radio tower there. Okay, what do we got here then? Okay. Yeah, what's funny is that there's been several people that have waved at the cameras. Oh man. Yeah, we've not had one person that kind of wanted to shield their face when they were approaching. That's fine. They created their own privacy. They didn't complain, didn't say anything. They just kind of held the laptop up in their face, over their face. Yeah, it was raining here yesterday, DG1. I can't remember if you told me before, DG1, but where are you located? What part of this fine country do you live in, if in this country? Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yeah. Howdy. We're almost back to my point in the line. Found the place I can get up on the sidewalk. Andy News on the Street. Like, share, and subscribe. Just documenting the process here, guys. And be able to jump right back up in here. Oh. So the trustee gets a nice cush parking place. And the director of something over here. I'm back. Found the place I can get up. Director of BACI. I'm not sure what that is. This lady works here. When she comes back by, I'm gonna ask her. She probably knows. I may get a chance to ask her, may not. Line is moving. Wonder what BACI is. Anybody have any idea? That's this lady. Hey, ma'am. Ma'am. What is BACI?
Burmese American Community Institute.
What's that?
Burmese American Community Institute.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Huge Burmese population here, right? Yeah. Okay. Burmese American Community. I'm not sure what the I is, but yeah. Cool. So they've got a place inside the government building. This is one of the largest populations from Myanmar in the country, is right here in this part of Indianapolis. Huge Chen population. That's a particular tribe of Burmese. Fleeing persecution. Coming here. A lot of them seeking citizenship in the United States, so they can be here permanently and get to participate in our electoral process. And I think as time goes on, we're going to see a bigger and bigger Burmese population here. I am all for it. Yeah, they do allow handicapped people to go to the front, but since I'm actually on a chair, on my wheelchair, on my thing, I decided not to push for that. I wanted to also see with some certainty in documentation just how long the wait is. And it's long. In 9 more minutes, it'll be 2 hours so far. So that's a significant wait. It'll be interesting to see what it is actually on election day. So looks like Probably Crispy Live is going live. Feels like it's getting a little warmer. I don't know, I'm just getting used to the cold. Look at my other phone and see what it's saying the temperature is now. And according to it, it's still 46 degrees, so it seems like it's warmed up compared to what it was earlier when it said 46 degrees. Okay, I lost a few viewers when I was peeing, and now it's starting to come back up. I was literally live streaming. Wow, you're told that when polling location closed last night at 7, there were 500 plus folks in line that were turned away. That is absolutely amazing. Here in Indiana, if you are in line at the time the polls close, then they stay open until you're through the line. But they go out and they make the official cutoff at exactly the moment of time and then you can't get in line after that. I'm assuming that's also the case for early voting. I don't know for sure, but I do know for sure that's exactly how they do it on the actual election day. They'll have somebody at 6 o'clock, exactly 6 o'clock, boom, if you're not there. Primaries, we had people running from the parking lot to get there to beat the clock and beat the clock by the last few seconds. You're in, and anybody else coming after is not in. So it is. almost 2 hours. And there's probably still more than 100 people in front of us. Who have not gotten into the building yet. So. So, yeah, I don't know who all's here right now and how many have been with me for how long, but this is a long process that people go through just to make their vote count. Yeah, people are very patient here, you know. Again, the HPD vehicles over there. That's where HPD is. Oh, Homecroft Police Department, maybe? Possible. Yeah. So is HPD Homecroft Police Department? Is HPD, is that Homecroft?
Yeah.
Okay. They have handicapped constables. Okay, interesting.
Why's that?
Well, usually
We're
law.
human too, you know.
What's that?
I said we're human too.
Oh, I know I'm handicapped, but I don't know that I'm.
I got shot too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to be so defensive. Usually there's a physical fitness requirement for law enforcement. You know, you don't have to be so defensive.
I'm a retired sheriff's deputy. Does that about help?
No, but you're being all defensive when you don't need to be. I just found it interesting, and now you're getting all defensive.
Just trying to cause trouble.
No, I'm not. You are. You're being a jerk. You're being a jerk. Gosh, I say I find it interesting that there's a handicapped person in law enforcement, and he gets all defensive. But, you know, that's been my experience with Homecroft in the past. I guess I thought it, oh, look, he just ran over the pylon. Not sure he's going to pass the driving test. Nice. You know, I'm for law enforcement, but I'm not for law enforcement getting butthurt over little things like that. I think he might get a lump of coal in his stocking. I mean, I didn't say anything mean or nasty to him. He started getting all defensive. Wow. Nice. Yeah, I agree, DG1. That's yeah. Oh man, that was. I might make a special video of that whole interaction. That was wow. I think I may have to do some 1A audits in the Homecroft. Now this is interesting. Now this is the Democrat Party. Um, there's nobody mentioned on here for District 93, which is, I guess, somebody running, and Republicans have somebody running. But the Democrat Party is, she's trying to distance herself from the, they want to be on the Democrat Party thing. That's interesting. In all of her campaigns, the gal that's running on the Democrat Party, she has not identified herself as a Democrat. It's not even on her sign that she's a Democrat. I think she's ashamed of the fact that she's a Democrat. She's not even on the Democrats' sign for voting straight ticket. Wow. That's funny. Yeah, that Trippy, that old guy he was nuts. I mean, was I being offensive when I just said that was interesting? It was interesting. They would have somebody's handicapped being in law enforcement, and he just got all upset. I think that warrants a visit. How's it going? News Now, Charlotte. We're sitting here just documenting the process to vote. These are people that are, I'm one of them, well, I'm not standing, I'm sitting in line on my cruising cooler. Line to vote for early voting in Marion County, which is Indianapolis, Indiana. And it has been over 2 hours, been in line for over 2 hours now, 2 hours and 2 minutes, and still have a good little ways to go. And this is so that we don't have to stand in as long of lines on election day. Well, evidently there's a lot of people getting out to vote, but I just had an interesting interaction with a constable from the little town of Homecroft. He was parked they've got a little sign at this government building for a little parking space set aside for them, and he had a handicap placard in his window, and I said, well, that's interesting. What's interesting? They've got handicapped constable law enforcement, and he just got all offended and butthurt about that. I wasn't meaning to be offensive about it, I just thought it was interesting. He just was trying to tell me I was just trying to stir up trouble. I wasn't then. I certainly wasn't trying to stir up trouble then, but I think I may go find trouble from him in the future. It's good to know where the tyrants are, because anybody that gets that butthurt over that, it's certainly a classic attitude of a tyrant. So I want to make sure I knew that he used to be a sheriff's deputy. Well, I'm happy for him. I used to be a police officer. I used to be a sheriff's deputy, but doesn't mean I'm qualified physically to do that job now. I don't think that dude's qualified, even if he was physically fit. I don't know that he's mentally fit to do the job. He gets some serious anger issues. Yeah, it's 2020. Everything's offensive. Yeah, just making an observation. I mean, there's no reason for him to be upset. I didn't say anything bad about him or say it was. I didn't even say it was bad that they hired a handicap person. Just that was interesting. I tell you. Well, that'll be an interesting part to go back and look at if anybody wants to. Watch a butthurt constable get offended over nothing. We got people out here kindly handing out fun stuff to eat and snack on. And what do we got in here? Let's see. Is that what I think it is? Yes, assorted fruit snacks. Yes, I'll try one of
Do
those.
you do robotics?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I 1741.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which school is that?
Sarah Grove down in Green.
Oh, yeah.
At the middle school, that would have been FTC competition.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, we've just all we do now is Vex, and we now are only with Marion County 4-H because Kids Inc. kind of their building was getting sold, so we're now at the Purdue Polytechnic High School in there. We're not part of the high school, but we have space from them there.
Yeah, because Super Duper's out of there too.
Yeah, they've got a great FRC
my
team.
son's a mentor on the FRC team.
Oh, okay. I may have met him over there.
Tall, skinny kid.
I probably have met him over there.
Tall, skinny kid. Yeah, well, he started in like kindergarten with Lego blocks. So
Now, see, this is one of the cool things. You and I can be on opposite ends of the political spectrum, but we can still be friends.
We're all people, and we all have the same goals in mind.
We just have different approaches on getting there. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, that's why she's working on the campaign for my friend's opponent, and but nice person. This person is. I don't know much about my friend's opponent, as far as whether she's nice or not nice, but they have very different views on abortion, gun control, that sort of thing. Constitutional issues, where my friend is committed to supporting constitutional carry, and she's committed to supporting gun registration, which is something that we've never had in Indiana. And it's the first step toward, you got to have gun registration before you can have gun confiscation. So, they're very different views. And that's the nice thing about the United States, is that we can have different views and still be friendly. Oh. Yep. So we're now at 2 hours and 10 minutes, so we've been in line. Hopefully, we're within an hour of being done, maybe less by a lot, hopefully. Come on back, you're fine. Doing good? All right, you're right there. Perfect. Perfect. So, if there was a way that I could transfer the snacks through the screen and into your hands, I would do it. I just don't have that ability. So, so you guys in different parts of the country, have you voted yet? How are they handling early voting in your areas? Hey, Walter. How you doing, man? You just missed an interesting interaction with a very offended handicapped Homecroft constable who I had just. There was a place for Homecroft parking, and the car was parked there. Was a handicapped guy, and I just said that was interesting. He said, "What's that?" I said, Homecroft's got handicapped constables, and I didn't say it in any negative way or anything. It was interesting, and he got all offended and butthurt about it. It was really kind of funny. So, oh man, yeah, quick too. That was very quick. He had a short fuse. Man, can't imagine what it'd be like to run into him in the street. But we may find out. I may go out of my way to find out. Kind of tempered my response because I've got my shirt on supporting a particular candidate, and I don't want anybody to misunderstand my actions for his. But I'm sure I'll have an opportunity to observe that guy close up another time in another place. So we are coming up on the home stretch here. I just noticed a car that I really like. I like that vintage of Mercedes a lot. Those are just nice, well-built cars. They kept that same body style for well over a decade. Close to two, I think. With very little change in it from year to year. And those things would run forever. It's the high point of German engineering. They were just a very stately looking car. So it looks about the same. I haven't voted yet. but I did cover a story on polling place. Looks about the same. Never went inside. Yeah, I'm gonna cover this all the way into the process of voting here, and I'll probably later on cut up some smaller videos and maybe do a highlight of this. I might do a special one just for the constable. He was really bent out of shape in a hurry. They had a horrible reputation several years ago. They would go out and set up speed traps up in at Indiana Beach, which is northern part of Indiana. They've got a little community here. Most of them are just little part-timers or volunteers, but they would try to generate revenue for their city by going 150 mile away to set up a speed trap somewhere. Because in Indiana, if you're law enforcement, you've got jurisdiction throughout the whole state, and they finally got in a little bit of trouble for that because they were having people pay fees and fines to the city rather than to the state for state offenses, state traffic offenses. And I thought maybe they'd cleaned up since then, but clearly they're not really selective as far as who they're hiring. I find this interesting. This guy put two signs right next to each other, one covering the other up. Same person. That's kind of interesting. Now there's a sign over here. Randy Decker. He is aside from his stuff with school boards, he was actually a teacher over on the east side of Indianapolis, and for many years was the mentor, coach, whatever you want to call it, for Vex Robotics and I think the FRC Robotics at Warren Central High School, and now he is the regional support representative for the Robotics Education Competition Foundation, and that's who oversees the Vex Robotics competitions and Vex IQ competitions. So I've interacted with him quite a bit over the years and still do quite a bit. Does a good job, does better than the previous person in that position. But yeah, just super, super nice guy. Don't know anything about his politics and don't really care, just know that he's a super nice guy.
Yeah, no, I know that.
School board's typically not a
Yeah, I
super
don't know.
political thing anyway.
I will do.
But yeah, Randy Decker's a good guy. Lots of signs. So I started this stream a while back, and at the very beginning I did a kind of a look at the whole line and where all it went, and you can see that we've been a long ways away. So it's a long, long process. how, how are you doing today?
Good. Am I on Facebook now?
What's that?
Am I on Facebook now?
Nope. YouTube.
All right.
Yeah. Indie News on the Street. Or live streaming. Ooh, chilly out today.
At least it's dry.
Yeah. So did you go to Purdue?
I did.
All right.
My husband and I both went to Purdue. But I have a son at IU now, so it's a little tough.
Now I've got an older sister and her husband that both graduated from Purdue, and a younger sister and her husband both graduated from IU. So no matter who loses between them, I've got somebody I can make fun of.
I had a lot of football to watch the other day, so
Yeah.
it was great.
Oh man. Well, downtown you got IUPUI, which is Purdue University and IU University combined, and my son and I were driving through the campus a while back, and we found an easy way to tell whether they're Purdue students or IU students.
Oh yeah? How's that?
Well, IU students they're big on the IU Law School down there, and so they understand that pedestrian has the right of way on the crosswalks, and they'll just walk right out in front of cars. Purdue students they study engineering and they understand physics, so they don't walk right out in front of cars. So yeah, this may be the law, but you don't want to get run over. Yeah, they're going to change that though. The name of it's no longer going to be IUPUI. It's going to be PU on IU. Oh.
Yeah, my cohort out there back there, her son goes to IUPUI, and then her daughter goes to IU.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I mentor the robotics program for the Marion County 4-H STEM Club, and we're over now. We just moved locations this summer, and we're in the Purdue Polytechnic building, one of the buildings there on the Purdue Polytechnic campus, over off Washington Street. Yeah.
Yeah, I established, I think it's gone now, but I helped establish the robotics club for North Grove Elementary. And
Oh.
For 1 year we just had the club, and then 1 year we actually competed.
Okay, in the Vex IQ stuff, right? Or was that first Lego League?
First Lego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the robotics song.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
started talking about robotics.
Yeah.
And I eat more cookies. Snacks from the school.
Oh man.
Take care of that.
Really, it's just the cookies people are making. Yeah, it's the chocolate. The chocolate's speaking to the people.
Oh man. Well, I don't think either one of us are going to convince each other to vote for the other person, right?
I already voted, so.
It's too late. I'm in line today to vote.
Second snack?
I already got some fruit snacks from her, so. Yeah, she actually recognized me from years ago when our team did FTC.
Yeah. They were at middle school north. Okay.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. We pretty much sucked.
Well, so did my group too. I think they felt sorry for me.
But this last year we had a middle school team and a high school team make it to Worlds for VEX. Of course, then they canceled it. But they were our middle school team was they were the Alliance captain for the state championship team. So they did really well. So we'll see if they can put something together this year. They liked the VEX games better, and expense is a little bit better. So, but yeah, FTC, I like the culture of First Robotics really well. It's
core values.
yeah, they really stress that. Woody's going to be missed. Yeah.
Yeah, my team, our robot really did suck, so I think they felt sorry for us, so they gave us the core values award for my team.
We've gotten some of those Mercy Awards.
But we did kind of bribe them too because we had little goodies for all of the other teams too. So we
Yeah.
and it was our home turf, so maybe
Yeah. Oh.
it's very nice of you to get involved with that. But,
Yeah. It's cool, you know. They both, you know, from a functional standpoint, they both require an incredible amount of ingenuity, but in very different ways. With Vex, you've got to figure out how to do things within this very well-defined and very limited system of things. And with First, you can go well beyond that small set of materials and use, with some exceptions, nearly anything. And so then you it's a different type of ingenuity. So they're both good and both things that are important for your future. I'm curious. I didn't see Angela's name on the vote straight ticket sign. She's not on there. Is she? She hadn't left the Democrat Party because I haven't seen her. Because she hadn't mentioned being a Democrat like in any of her ads, on any of her signs, anywhere.
yeah, I don't know about that sign.
Because I mean, you look at the sign. There's nothing on there about District 93. I don't think, unless I. Well, wait a minute. That one. Oh, hold on. Maybe there is on that one. Hold on. That looks like her. Okay, she's on this one. She's on that one. Okay, she's on that one. There's one over here. I looked for it and I couldn't find her. So I don't know if it was a different printing of it or something. The one down at the corner there, the first one I saw, I thought, that's weird. But okay, she's on this one, so cool. Maybe I just missed it. I recognize her from here, so. Oh man. So how long have you been out here so far today?
Not as long as you guys. Just about 30, 40 minutes.
Okay. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 33 minutes and 40 seconds. I got in line at 11:22. So it's a long.
Get in there.
We stand in this long a line so we don't have to stand in a longer line on election day, theoretically. Well, now election day will end up being like 15 minutes walking in and out, right?
Just don't watch until it's over.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at the number of people that have voted early. I think Monday morning there had been 10,000 votes cast in our district. That's a lot. Oh.
Yeah, it's not half as bad in Johnson County though, so feel for you guys.
Well, yeah, I was talking.
I asked the voter board if I could vote in another county. They said no.
Yeah.
My kids and my friends live down there, and they just walk up and vote.
Well, see, the thing is, Johnson County has about as many sites open right now as Marion County.
And how much probably
The
population.
oh yeah, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, I waited an hour. I didn't time it right because I got there like right when they opened, so there was already a line formed. But yeah, last week.
Now, which location did you vote in?
Oh, White River Library.
Okay. Yeah, that one's.
Yeah. Now it's just like 10, 15 minutes. I should have just waited, but.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. That one's been busy, and I think the courthouse has been busy. Oh.
Have you ever been to Franklin?
Oh yeah.
We have to go there for the art craft and just just run around the whole square.
Beautiful town. Do they still serve popcorn with real butter at the theater? I know they used to up till.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You can actually get real butter instead of that.
And the popcorn's locally grown at the Whiteland
Yeah.
farm, and they still sing the national anthem and have a little cartoon before the show.
Yeah. Usually go to the theater and get some butter. You want, or you get popcorn. You want butter on that? No, let's take that yellow stuff you've been putting on everybody else's.
But their popcorn's so good that I don't even put the butter.
Yeah,
on.
but they actually use real butter there. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It might be the only theater that survives. I'm not sure.
Yeah. They've got a loyal following, you know.
We're
Tell
almost
that
gonna
one
need
person. Maybe I will find somebody to ask about the.
So here we go. Those are a couple volunteers that are for the opponent of my friend. Yeah, the what's funny is that John Jacob, John's wife wrote new words to that tune, and my family sang them, and actually you can find them on YouTube. We sang like 8 verses of it. I'll put a link on my community page of that. And we were at the parade, and had that playing on the loudspeaker. John Jacob, representative, his cause is your cause too. Da, 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 da. Yeah, anyway, I don't remember all the words, but anyway, had that going the whole way through, and people were dancing to it, and it was just getting into it. It was great, but helps people remember his name. Yeah, all his life it's been kind of a joke on him, the whole John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, and now it's worked to his advantage. On the shirt I'm wearing, the back of it, it's got his name, John Jacob, and then on the bottom it says, his name is your name too. They've got a few signs, big banner signs that have that on it. Just that name thing. People will remember it. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Ba, 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 ba. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is your name too. Actually, I guess he's singing, my name is your name. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. My name is your name too. Whenever I go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Da 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 da. All right. Susan Smith, she's running for Congress against Andre Carson. Susan is a sharp person. A chance to meet her and have some great conversation. She is for the right to keep and bear arms, for not having the government infringe on those rights with schemes of getting permission slips ahead of time that only make it more difficult for law-abiding citizens, because people that don't care about the law don't care about getting the permission slip. You know, so it does nothing to keep guns out of the hands of bad people, but it only makes it more difficult for good people. So she's all for doing it the constitutional way instead some other way. It's like the Hotel California. You can go in, you can't come out. Yeah, where are all the people coming out? I'm kind of makes you wonder. Oh. Did a sign ever sway my vote? No, I don't think it's ever swayed my vote. But there are people who are less informed voters, and there are people who just look at for names they recognize. Getting a call here. Hello, this is Barry. Hey, I'm still in line. I'm up near the flagpole where you on the back side of the building before you enter the chute. Not quite to the flagpole. Just a little bit before, yeah. Probably 10 or 15 yards from there. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. So that was yeah, I know they may confront me about that. We'll see what happens. About filming, yeah. Do I think a third party ever win the White House? I don't know. I used to think there was never a chance for a third party to win any kind of major thing at the like governorship, like in Indiana. But I think Donald Rainwater for the Libertarian Party has a solid chance. If he doesn't win, it's only going to be because of straight party voting, people that just select Republican and and don't think about the individual offices. The Democrat right now, I don't think has any chance of winning. It's really between Holcomb and Libertarian. Holcomb, the Republican, he's and you've got the Libertarian Donald Rainwater, and I think it's really down between the two of them. So it'll be interesting. Here's a great sign. This line brought to you by Governor Eric Holcomb, who would not allow no excuse absentee voting during a pandemic. Let him know what you think. 317-232-4567. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to when I get closer see put the sign out there. There's a little label on it. That's funny.
Yesterday.
I wasn't here. I didn't have enough time to wait in line to vote yesterday.
Oh, I was gonna say, surely you don't stay in this line for hours.
Oh, I love sitting in lines. I had other places I had to go. I wasn't able to get here as early as I wanted yesterday.
Well, I was sure I saw you yesterday.
You did.
Yeah.
I got to see who it is that put the sign up here. There's John Jacob, his own self. All right, how you doing?
Good. See you.
All right, brother.
They would have.
Oh, they probably. But this gives me an opportunity to see exactly, what it's like for the waiting in line and everything.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you
Yes,
take
sir.
this and get a close up of the label of who is paid for that, and just kind of read out who it is that paid for that sign?
The lower left.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. It looks like. I don't know if you can see that real well. It says paid for by the Marion County Democratic Party, Union printed in Indiana. Proudly paid for by the Marion County Democratic Party, Union printed in Indiana. So, and again,
sign.
there it is. This line brought to you by Governor Eric Holcomb, who would not allow no excuse absentee voting during a pandemic. Let him know what you think. 317-232-4567.
Yeah. What's interesting about that is I'm not sure who it helps out more, if it helps out the Democrat Party or the Libertarian Party more.
Yeah. But the other thing is, as I've told people, is that the Marion County Election Board is ultimately the ones that control
Right.
the number of
Polling sites.
the voting sites in Marion County.
Right. And we've got the same number here open as we have in Johnson County.
Right, exactly. So which Mount Johnson County is 1/10 the size of Marion County approximately.
Yeah.
And so that's just insane.
Yeah.
I mean, you have basically, I think, 5 voting sites in Marion County,
Yeah.
with what, about 800, 900,000,
Yeah.
somewhere, I don't know.
Close to a million. Yeah.
Okay, so close to 1 million people. And you've got hours long
Hours
lines.
long. Yeah. I got in line at 11:22.
Okay.
It is.
So it's almost 2 o'clock?
It's 2:04 now.
Wow. So you're coming up on 3 hours.
Yeah. It'll be 3 hours. I'm undone.
You'll be 3 hours.
And that's to save time for day of voting.
Yeah. And I'm sure that everybody in this line has nothing better to do but just to hang around in the
Yeah.
line.
But it's all about the number of locations you have for the population, and
Right. Yeah.
other counties have been able to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what happens when your county's run by Democrats.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, your competitor, she's got volunteers out here handing out candy and chips and stuff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
They're nice people.
I figured they were.
Yeah.
I found it funny. The Democratic Party, I noticed they have their Democratic candidates for Indy, and they mysteriously left her off.
Well, and I thought they've got signs like this where she's not on it, but now
Yeah.
this one she is on it.
Huh? Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, you're right. She is on that
But
one.
she wasn't on.
Yeah,
There's
I
at
was
least
looking
one
at
of
the
the
other
signs over there that she's not on it.
Oh, okay.
I noticed
Yeah,
that
you're
too.
right.
Okay, so I'm not the only one who
No,
noticed
the other
that.
one there wasn't. So.
I zoomed in on it. I thought that was kind of funny. It's like,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that's
So
kind
she leaves the Democrat Party.
kind of. I don't know.
Wonder which ones were printed first.
Well, she typically wouldn't put stuff on. She would like her signs and stuff.
Yeah.
And her
Oh, she's got nothing on her signs that
yeah, she
indicate
wouldn't
she's.
label herself as a
Yeah.
Democrat. So
She
was trying to be very, very subversive about what she was doing. So
even though she stands for everything they stand for.
right,
You know.
exactly. I mean, she stands for baby murder. I mean, she's endorsed by Planned Parenthood.
She's
so
for gun registration, which would is the first step to gun confiscation.
Right. She's endorsed by Moms Demand Action, which is
Yeah.
a radical anti-gun group.
Very
funded by
radical.
Bloomberg.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So, are you gonna shoot? They're gonna make you. You have to turn your shirt inside out when you go in. So,
We'll see.
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
They might tell me I can't video either.
Huh?
They might tell me I can't video either. We'll see.
They might. I don't know. I don't know about that, but the shirt might be so.
Well, I think the courts have determined that you're allowed to wear your clothes.
What's that?
I think the courts have already decided that you can wear your clothes.
Yeah.
But I do have a sweatshirt I can put on over if I need to.
Yeah, that'll work.
I've thought this out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did. I took my.
can you grab
I
that?
took my jacket. Yep. I just took my jacket.
Here, can you hold that for a second?
Sir.
So, guys, I got a shirt on that's a shirt for a campaign. So, in order to, not bring any question into the whole campaigning thing inside the polling area, I'm putting a sweatshirt over top of that shirt. And now we're down to the. How much farther we got to go once we hit the doors?
About 20 minutes from here, 25 from here.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you heard that? About 25 minutes from here. So we will be a little over 3 hours by the time this is all said and done. But the line you can see is over there. I was, we'll go back and right over where I was to begin with, just so you see just how long the line was when I come out of here. This is absolutely amazing, how long these lines are. So we've got the Republicans blaming the Democrats because they don't have enough sites open. The Democrats blaming the Republicans because they didn't allow for no excuse absentee ballot voting. That's just going by what the law says. Interesting. How's it going?
It's going good.
It does seem like the line coming out is a lot slower than the line going in. There must be multiple avenues of escape once you get in there. We're put this line down here to go. Let's see here. Let's look at the chat here. Yep, both parties are very corrupt. Save the humans in the house. Good afternoon. It's a long, long line. Yeah, future voter running up the thing there. Or a future non-voter may have looked at that and been so disgusted by what he's seen. Okay, I don't want any part of this when I grow up. Here's some people coming up, escaping.
I just don't know if I'm gonna make it quite by 3. I'm in line to vote. I've been in line for nearly 3 hours, so I want to get out now.
Yeah, I'm glad you're able to do that, Melanie. 3/4 of the family are currently in line. Hey, Eliana, while you're there, I don't know if you're hearing me or not, check and see if they've got any Santa Claus costumes. They probably won't have a good quality one, but might have something. You vote on machines there? Is there a paper trail? It's a good question, and I don't know the answer because I think different polling sites have done it differently. We used to use a machine that was foolproof as far as being able to tamper with it, but they didn't like that, so they've gotten rid of those old machines that were tamper proof, and now there's a paper ballot that you fill out, and then it's scanned into a machine, I believe, is how they're doing it. Yeah. Hey, Pugface, how's it going, man? Enjoyed listening to you sing the other night. That was cool. Always enjoy you. If you guys are not subscribed to Pugface Media, you should do that. Pugface, are you not a mod? Hold on. I need to. That's crazy. How are you not a mod? So, Pugface, drop your link in there. Drop your link. And you vote for paper ballot only? Yeah. I'm for whatever works that can be verified. The machines we used to use, big, bulky, clunky things that, but they were mechanical in a way that just prevented them from being abused. Thank you, Save the Humans, for dropping Pugface's link in there. Pugface, Trippy, any of the guys you see in there that like that. Yeah, I thought I'd given you a wrench before, but I guess it was one of those problems. I was having problems with being able to give wrenches for a while. I'm not sure what was going on with it, and I had people that I'd given wrenches to that had they disappeared, and I'm not sure what was going on there. I know that YouTube has done some really crazy stuff because there are channels that I was subscribed to that all of a sudden I discovered I wasn't. I had to resubscribe, and I've got friends who I know were subscribed to me, and it's people that I know outside of YouTube that all of a sudden they weren't. So it's not the way I've done it. It's hard for me to turn around right now while I'm on this slope without letting my cart go. Just here, let's see if that brake works here. Turn around. See the line behind us, and got somebody waving. Hey! So this is our process. Some in other countries, I find all this really unusual. I'll try to not focus where I was focusing there. Pugface. Sorry about that. That's funny. That would have been cool to just because it's fun. But I like Pugface. No faces, indeed. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like I'm videoing what they're voting. We're just document that they're voting, and that's a good thing. There's nothing negative about that. So I'm gonna turn the camera around on me. There we go. And yeah, set up a Zoom meeting. Yeah, the Zoom meetings can, they have really benefited from all this COVID crisis, haven't they? Zoom. I know you do. Man, that dude's talented in so many different ways. That's cool. I mean, the line is still even longer yet. To get inside the building, I get my ID out so that it's one of the things that they're going to require, obviously. It's a good thing. Some people get upset over the requirement of an ID, but I think it's actually a good thing. We want every vote to count, but we want to only count one time. So, got my ID out now. Change the camera back to me. Should have brought a something with which to hold this, like my gimbal or something, but I didn't. So, oh well, it is what it is. Probably switch to camera views ever a little bit just to see kind of the distance that we're traveling. Watch out where I expose where I can see it. So in another minute it will have been 3 hours since I got in line. Some of the people behind me, it's been longer. I need to get a mount for my cooler for my phone. Yeah, 3-hour tour. 3X, I think, Kellyanne. Just if they've got some big ones, I'll go over there and look and see if they fit. Yeah, if they have any. Which location? Kellyanne. They are allowing handicapped people to go ahead on the line, which is a great idea, but because I'm on my cooler, I've decided to not take advantage of that, because I wanted to see exactly what it, just want to see what it's like to stand in line for as long as I have to. People have to. And since it's really no harder for me to sit on this than it is for them to walk, there's no reason for me to cut in line. People that are having to walk that have mobility disabilities, they, that's a different story. So I don't begrudge them the ability to go ahead and move up in front at all. I think that's good. I think it's a good thing that they're doing that. And the idea of another hall down this way. Yeah, it's just hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. The placement of the camera on this phone does not make holding it in this front-facing camera easy with my left hand, and which is what I have to do when I'm driving because I drive with my right hand where the controls are. Yay! Baby stayed warm and everything. All right. How you doing? All right. Never played Santa Claus before, but I think I may start. We've never did the Santa Claus thing in our house. But I guess. Oh, there I was disconnected for a minute. If I go offline for a minute, I will pop back in. I'm in a building, in a basement of a building, so it may disconnect me momentarily like it did just there, buffers or whatever. Just hang with me because we're getting close to the end here, and hopefully we'll be able to vote and get out of here soon. Weird vision. Yeah, now it just looks like it's a blur, like the old snow from you get on TV screens. Yeah, I think Santa will be fun. Yeah, it's still not. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm down to 15% of my battery. I didn't bring my battery pack, so I'll get out of here. I'll be able to plug back in. It'll warm me before I cut out the battery. Hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. Just like in the military. It has been 3 hours and 5 minutes since I've been on here. Since I've been in line. It's been 3 hours and 10 minutes since I've been on here, but 3 hours and 5 minutes since I've been in line. Okay, so let me get a close up of this sign. State law defines electioneering as expressing support for or opposition to a candidate or political party, or expressing approval or disapproval of any public questions in any manner that could be reasonably expected to convey support for an opposed election. Electioneering includes wearing or displaying an article of clothing, signed, buttoned, or placards, state the name of any political party that
Pardon me,
includes.
sir.
Go ahead. Include. By electioneering, it's right here. There we go. So I'm not displaying anything that's get me in trouble. Yes, our free speech rights are somewhat censored in the election. The polling sites. So you won't hear me comment on any political party or any political candidate or anything that's going on right now until I get outside of this area. So we gotta comply with the law. It's the law. Here's this segment of the line. Getting very, very close to being able to go into the room where we actually vote. Yeah, there we go. Buffer. We are getting very, very close to the end here, though. Oh. Rose is getting ready to show a premiere. I don't know if any of you are familiar with her, but she does scam baiting. She's a singer and voice actor. Does a lot of different funny voices. Old ladies, Alexa, babies, whatever. And just really good. And she calls back scammers and scams the scammers. It's absolutely hilarious. I love scam baiting channels. She's one of my favorites. But she's got a premiere that's going to be starting in 30 minutes. Go all the way into that door, turn right. I think we come back out the other side. Yeah, IRL Rosie is the name of the channel. I'm not sure where the IRL comes from, but yeah, it's in my community page. That's another one. I'll put a link in my community page. Very, very funny stuff. So they got the restrooms locked in here. Somebody just tried to go into one of them and it's locked. Imagine that. Because, you know, after standing in line for a few hours, you would possibly need to use the restroom. Thought I was there already, but this person did put us into the room where we actually get to vote. And we're getting close. We're getting close. That's the room we actually voted in. I'll get back on me. Be checking in here in a moment. All right.
Man, I was outside on the phone. You still filming? You've been filming since, I don't know, at least I
It's
know
been
11
3 hours and
o'clock.
20 minutes so far. 19 minutes, actually, but yeah. Long time. I got it focused at me now.
Huh?
I got it looking at me now. So.
That's good.
Yeah.
There might be some in the other room too.
Picture ID.
When I'm done, you say, "Okay, here."
I don't want that.
It's a state ID.
I don't want that one, though. I don't think I can use that one.
Oh, it's a state issued ID.
Is that a video?
It's recording me. It's just facing me. You can see.
I don't think we're supposed to do that.
There's no law against it. I've already checked.
Mr. Atwell?
Yes.
He was outside,
Yeah,
doing the
it's
parking lot and
media.
everything.
It's free press. It's media.
Mr. Atwell, what's your house number?
115.
Don't want to know the street.
Yep.
I don't want nobody to hear. I remember you at Beach Grove.
No.
Yeah, when you went there at Beach Grove this past election.
Oh yeah. I was
Yeah.
yeah. I thought
Got
you
a
lived
dog.
there, but yeah.
You got a dog.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's not with me today.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she passed.
No, she's got a medical issue going on right now, but
Mine do too.
Yeah.
Getting old.
yeah.
You got to come right here.
Helps me with balance, so I'm staying on the cart the whole time.
Okay, put that in the machine with the barcode up.
He know how to vote.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me find a machine to put it in. I think there's some in this room here open.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. All right. Let's let this fall down here. All right. So. All right. So now put this in the machine. All right. So, see, you put your ballot in the machine right there. Got the nice instructions. Now you got the options. And we're not going to vote straight party. So I'm going to go to next. And now I get to vote for the individuals. Yeah, We're going through the different ones here. And this guy should know. Okay. I'm just going through. There's several of these that are just like judges and stuff, and there's many of them I care about one way or the other. There's just others that are retained in office. A couple of them I do care about and don't want them retained in office. Next, that's reviewing all of my selections. And 14, okay. Now, print your card, touch print card. Okay, now it's printing out all that stuff. And that will go inside of here. And this is the ballot. And fold it so that it's not seeable. They can't see it. And then we stick that inside of here. And then I'll sign it in front of a witness over there. And I'll have this as a backup in case there's ever a dispute over ballots. So it's a process with some checks and balances. All right, so far so good. So now we're just in line to turn in our ballots. It has been registered in the machine, and assuming there's no failure in the machines, then what we're turning in now won't really be needed, but this will be back up in case they have to do a recount. And they want to have a validate it.
Close it up.
All right. All I need to do is, I've already got it folded and signed in here. So all I need to do is sign it, right? Why are you looking?
Sign and date for me, please.
Okay. I'm not sure why why that had to be removed for me to sign and date it, but
Well, because it's pressure sensitive, and if you were to have it inside the envelope, then it could smudge or exact the ballot, and we don't want that.
all right.
1028,
What is it, 28?
correct? That's only part of the reason.
20, all right.
And there's also another reason, and
Okay.
because of the discussion, shall we say, about the validity and the accuracy of early voting, your vote, your ballot,
All right.
your sign, is witnessed twice
Okay.
that you signed it. Then it's gonna go and get put in the envelope.
All right.
We're gonna seal it, and then it goes.
Here's the ballot. Yeah, okay.
I've got you.
Okay.
We have to maintain a certain degree of integrity.
All right.
All right, sir? Now you're going to go and put it in the envelope, please.
All right.
Get off the paper tape. Close it up.
All right.
And you're going to take it, drop it in the green metal box, and you're good to go.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. And we drop it in the box here. And now we're out. Now we get out of here.
gonna get tired at the end of the day, huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I've got to go that way. All right. All right, so we have now completed the process and are running for an escape.
Hey, is it pretty quick from there, buddy?
It's not too bad from there.
Cool. Again.
All right. See you guys. There's the process. Now, what I'm concerned about is my battery's kind of low. Being able to get up the battery on my cruising cooler is kind of low, so getting up the hill here may be a little bit of a challenge. Yep. Have to use a little bit of foot power with it. So I'm going to take one more quick trip around to show you the extent of the, excuse me. Hey. How'd it go? All right. I'm gonna quickly zoom around and show everybody the length of the line now. This person parked in a really bad way, so as to prevent somebody from being able to use the ramp properly. We got this whole area to park in, but managed to block the ramp. So I'm just going to quickly show you the line now. That was 3 hours and 20 minutes of line time. How's it going? Any news on the street? You're live. Hello. Thank you for voting. I'm going to quickly take my sweatshirt off. Now I can get back to being Santa Claus, the politician, the political operative. All right. Oh, battery is down at 5%. So I'm just going to quickly show where the line is. Hey, hey, hey! Ho, ho, ho! And there's some people I know over there. Live. And there's the Indian on the street van. As you can see, we still have the line that serpentines around a few times, but it's not quite as long as it was when we started. So the good news is, the bad news is it took me 3 hours and 20 minutes to get through the line. The good news is you're not as far back in the line as I was.
Right.
When I started, we were over on the next street over.
Wow.
Coming around. So,
well, thank you.
So
hope it doesn't interfere with your job of being Santa Claus this year.
Even Santa Claus knows to vote for John Jacob.
I bet you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So, well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. And thank you for hanging in there, checking it out. I will be cutting into making some highlights of this, especially the highlight of the Homecroft constable who got triggered. The triggered Homecroft constable, one you will not want to miss. Quite the Karen, working in law enforcement for Homecroft. Thank you guys very much for checking it out, and we'll see you this weekend. Bye-bye.